What's up, y'all? How's it going? Eric Clark here. In this little video, I'm going to show you how to connect MyMathLab with Canvas, as well as maybe give you a little preview of an upcoming video on how I want to use Edpuzzle a little bit more. Anyway, the premise of this video really hinges on the conversation that I was having with one of my colleagues at Quincy College, and we use MyMathLab as our primary math assessment tool, and what they were doing is they were manually inputting grades into MyMathLab or into Canvas from MyMathLab. And I was looking for different tutorials because I've seen that there's some integrations, and if you look here on the screen, there's a MyMathLab and mastering option there. So that's something that I wanted to consider to make life a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more efficient, and hopefully for those of you that haven't done this yet, this is helpful to you as well. So depending on your admin privileges, your IT folks at your school, they may need to add this MyLab mastering option to your Canvas profile, but it should be pretty easy and pretty streamlined. Here's a breakdown of my course. I've already copied a previous course that I've taught because I've taught college algebra before, and this is my basic structure. Within each of these modules, you have a bunch of different information that is hopefully useful. Anyway, there's going to be some things that I need to do to clean this up. One of those things is I'm going to need to go and delete all of my past homework assignments, because what I'm going to do here in MyMathLab and mastering, I'm essentially going to create a new class within MyMathLab by copying one of my previous courses. And that's one thing that I learned the hard way. You can't, or you couldn't, create a class in MyMathLab and then link it to Canvas. You had to go through Canvas to create the class. So there was a semester where I was manually inputting grades from MyMathLab to Canvas because I failed to set it up correctly. So here you have your grade sync. To start, you have to click this little button here. It's going to prompt me to sign in, and I'll, depending on what's signed in, I'll choose from an existing course list. Let's see, this is the one that I taught last term, so I'm going to choose this one. So essentially what I'll do is I'll name it MAT 103, I believe this is OT2. Start date, that is here, end date is in May. So this is all sort of basic stuff that you'll need to do every time you create a course in MyMathLab. So here it's going to do its thing and create the course. So as we're waiting for MyMathLab to do its thing, I thought I'd show you one of the steps that I had to do in my process. So with homework, I'm going to delete all of these assignments because, like I said, as I sync the gradebook, it's going to create a whole new set of assignments. And the reason why I'm deleting that particular category is because when I sync it, it's going to populate the assignments into one of these other assignment options. And from what I remember, it populated in the exam one. So rather than moving a dozen different assignments, I will then rename this category to homework and then move these exams to another assignment option once I rename it and adjust the grades accordingly. All right, fun little story. While I was waiting for MyMathLab to do its thing, I got an email saying that there was an error, so I had to go back and do everything from scratch again. But that's okay. So what I have in the screen in front of you are all of the assignments I copied over. Obviously, I need to go through and update all of the due dates to mirror the new term, but I'm going to go ahead and do that afterwards. Because the cool thing about MyLab sync, or whatever it is, MyLab and mastering their grade sync, is I can make modifications in MyMathLab, click the grade sync, and it will automatically bring in the new due dates and everything like that. So let's see what happens. Refreshed. So now that I've refreshed the screen, I can go and click this grade sync option. I always click automatic grade sync, and then I'm going to select it all. And if you recall, all of the homework assignments have been deleted and there's nothing there now. But when I go ahead and sync grades, we should see some assignments populating. Boom, 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 boom. So if we click the assignments tab, it should bring us over to where we need to go. And then, yeah, it populated in a special assignments folder, whichever category was at the top of the screen. So this actually works out perfect. So I'll go ahead and rename or reassign the weighting value. I'm going to go and change all of these later on because I'm going to modify the grading a little bit later on. But that's it. And then one thing that I will need to change is the fact that I have linked the assignments to the modules. Well, the fact that I deleted them, removed them here, so I don't need to delete them again. All I need to do is go ahead and add the assignment. So I click here, homework number 1, boom, it's there. But the editing that I was talking about is in the page here, the text page, because I linked the homework and the discussions in here as well. This homework link is not going to work because that homework has been deleted, but I'm going to go ahead and update those later on. But what I wanted to do with this video is just give you the broad overview of what you needed to do in order to sync Canvas and MyMathLab, and some of the nuances that I had to go through to make sure that my course structure and my shell is as clean as possible, because I don't like redundancies and I don't like broken links, but that's all there is to that. And the last thing I'm going to show you is Edpuzzle, a little teaser to what I'm going to try to build out next video. I've really loved using Edpuzzle. It's a nice tool that can be used for some formative assessments. Essentially, I can upload a video and embed questions into that video to check for student understanding. There are some other solutions out there. Some LMS may offer that feature. Camtasia may offer some of that functionality, but on my shoestring budget of $100 a year, I'm able to use Edpuzzle and have some really quality results with that. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. Hopefully it makes sense, and yeah, we'll see you all very soon.